Y'all, how y'all doing? Okay, I'm back from Girlfriend's Getaway. Yay, if you are not there, you missed a treat. We would have loved for you to be there, but we understand that everybody could not be there. And because that is the way it is, hey, listen, it is all good. Next year, we already have our dates and we already have our place picked out. So for next year, we're hopeful that somebody will be able to join us. We hope so. We hope you will be able to join us. All right. So I don't have time to really film a video about groceries, but I do have enough time to chat us through a little bit of what's happening over here at our house. So thank you guys so much for chiming in. Let me know where you're chiming in from. Hey, friend, how you doing? I had every intention of going live earlier, but I am yesterday I got back pretty late from DC. We had a layover in Charlotte. We flew out of DC into Charlotte. And hey, Rachel, once we did that, we were on our way to Wilmington. Well, the flight was delayed, first of all, for almost an hour. They didn't tell us anything. We didn't hear anything was going on. Hey, everybody. And then we finally do get on the flight. Hey, friend. And we get 8 minutes from the airport. 8 minutes from the airport. 37-minute flight. 8 minutes from the airport. And the pilot comes on and he says, we have some weather over Wilmington. We don't have enough fuel to circle around the airport and wait for the weather to pass. We're going back to Charlotte. So we went back to Charlotte. Hey, little lady. Hey, Miss Rose. So back to Charlotte we went. A friend of mine and I, we went together. My friend Selena, we booked our flight and we just flew up together. Oh, from California. Well, hello there. And we get on the ground. They say, well, we're going to tell you guys how we're going to fix this. They never tell us how we're going to fix it. So then they say we're going to be up in the air at 5:15. Nope. Can't do it. Finally, we ended up getting home. But then my luggage was there. My friend's luggage was on another flight, which was delayed. So I dropped her at her car so she could come back and wait for her luggage while I just came on. So I'm tired. I'm unpacked. I'm tired, though. So I don't have time to film a video, edit it, and all the things. So I thought I would just chat out summer groceries. Now, for those of you who are new around here, I am a 10-month paid employee. So I get paid August through the end of May. June and July, I do not make income from my job, my 40-hour-a-week job that pays the bills, right? But my May check ends up covering June. So that covers my June expenses. July and August, I don't have any pay from my job. So what I do is every year I have my bank pull out a certain amount of money every month. And then that becomes the money I use for the summertime. What that covers is my mortgage, gas, my mortgage and gas. And that really is about it. Because when I first started doing this years and years ago, I didn't have a lot of wiggle room in anywhere in my accounts where I could make up for groceries. So what ended up happening is, this is when I first started YouTube, actually. Most of you saw me spending $25 a week trying to feed my kids. I think I started doing that in 2014 because I didn't have money coming out. I mean, I didn't have any extra money. I could pay all of my expenses, lights, water, all the things. Now I can kind of push those over into business expenses because I use my entire home for my business, which is one mom. I use my entire backyard, one mom. Right now I am watering the garden. So which I film and all of that. So my accountant or the person who does my taxes helps me to figure out what I can claim as a business account or not. And then at the end of the year, we just reconcile it all that way. So she gives me the things and I just listen to her. Now, 10 years later, I am able to kind of wiggle a little bit, but I still want to have some savings. Now, with that being said, I don't have grocery money in the summer because I don't have a paycheck. Every paycheck, I pull out $100, and I started doing this 3 years ago. The first year it was $50. The Lord said, Shakema, you can't be struggling in the summer trying to feed your kids. So you're going to need to go ahead and pull out some money so that you can at least have a little bit extra. Y'all, please forgive me. I'm still favoring this side of my mouth where I burned it. And my doctor is not in the office this week. She is on vacation. So I am still working on trying to feel better, and all the talking and my tongue rubs against that place and it just gets very sore. Bubba, will you bring mom some ibuprofen? Thank you. And so I started taking out $50 every paycheck. So $50 for 5 paychecks equaled $500. That gave me $250 in July and $250 in August to have groceries. Now, I get paid in August, but it's at the very end of August. I get paid the last working day of the month. So for July and August, I have to figure out grocery money. Last year, Rachel, tell me if I'm saying this right, because I might have been doing this 4 years. Thank you, little lady. Last year, I think I pulled out $75. And then I had $75 every week because I needed to up it with all of the things, right? Hold on one second, y'all. Okay, somebody needed some help and I was trying to help. See, I'm always helping people, right? Listen, if you don't know anything else about me, I'm trying to help people. I try to help people, which is why I'm here. So $75 last year. And then this year I was upping it a little bit more because of inflation and all the things. So you have to figure out how to make it work. So every paycheck this year, we took out $100. 10 checks at $100 gives me $1,000. But I actually only had 9 weeks worth of groceries I need to cover. There are 5 weeks in June. 5 weeks in July and 4 weeks in August. Water. I think I drank it all. So 5 weeks in July and 4 weeks in August, which is 9 weeks. So that 10th $100 bill, which would have given me $1,000, I put that into savings. Now, the reason that I put on there, what I put on there is not clickbait, it's the truth. I have to change some things because California, that was in May for Shamika's wedding, to fly 3 of us out to California, rent a vehicle. We stayed at her house, so we did save on the hotel, but then you got to eat, you got other stuff you got to pay for. There's tolls. I'm still paying tolls. Y'all, I went through 46 tolls back and forward between where she lived and where the wedding was. And all the things. So I'm still paying tolls. That was in May. In June, which was this month, I had girlfriend's getaway. So I still have to pay my registration. I have to pay for my room. I have to pay for my food. The ministry does not cover that. I cover that for me. Everybody covers their own. I cover mine for me. And that's how we do that. And so now I have another trip that's coming up in July, a pastor's conference that I'm going to in San Antonio. And so because of that, I have to be able to save. I've already saved for the room. I've saved for the rental car. And now I have to save for any other expenses, tolls, food, all those things. So all that savings for 3 months, I was not able to put in my envelopes. Now, y'all know I'm about these envelopes over here. So these are my envelopes, my conversation envelopes. These are just my monthly envelopes, gas, groceries, all the things. Well, I've been saving in my Black Queen collection. And if anybody is interested in this Black Queen collection envelopes, you can find her on Etsy. She is Conversation. I think I probably do have a thing up here with her stuff on it. And if I don't, I have to make her one. But anyway, you can find her on Etsy. And if you use my code Shakema, you'll get 10% off. It helps me out a little bit as I'm an affiliate with her, but it'll get you a 10% discount. So I think 2 years ago, she sent me maybe last year, she sent me these Black Queen collection. She has a 5 envelope savings challenge. So this is the $5 challenge, which I did last year. That was for traveling. She has a $10 challenge. I've never done this one. She had a $20 challenge, which I did this one last year to help sister buy her car. She has a $50 challenge, which I started this year because I wanted to save $15,000 in 2024. Nowhere close, but that's okay. And then she has a $100 challenge, which I was saving for, and I had $1,600 already saved. And then Jackson got sick and had to go to the emergency room, and his doctor bill was a little bit over $1,600. So that also cut into my $15,000. I could have been $2,000 ahead, right? Instagram people, if you're interested in these envelopes, you will be able to find them in the link in my bio. Now, on every challenge card, I'll just use this $5 one. On the back of them, she has 60 bubbles. There's 60 circles, and every time you put a bill in, you cross out that bill, right? So the $5 challenge will save you $300. The $10 challenge will save you $600. The $20 challenge will save you $1,200. The $50 challenge will save you $3,000. And then the $100 challenge will save you $6,000. Now, I still believe that I can save the $6,000. I still believe that I can do the $3,000. It's just going to be a double effort once I get past July, because I've got to get done. With that being said, I have my grocery money that I've been saving $100 a month for 9 months. And I have my grocery money here because I just take out one per week. I stick it in my envelopes, take out one per week. And that's how it's going to work. But then I was praying about it, and I said, Lord, now I'm still not going to be able to save any money in July because I have a trip coming up. And I need to make sure that I have all of my stuff covered. I don't want to get nowhere. I'm going to meet my son. He's going to come out and stay with me for a couple of days. I want to be able to take him out. I don't want him to have to, come out of, he's a grown man, but he's still my child. He's coming to be with me. And I want to make sure that I can at least afford a couple of meals or 2, whatever the case is. And so I was like, Lord, how am I going to make up for the savings that I have not been able to do yet? And this is what the Lord said to me. Now, y'all have to believe me when I tell y'all that I pray about all the things. I pray about every single thing in my life. You don't have to. I do. It's proved profitable for me. So God said, Shakema, you're going to do a pantry challenge in July. So in the month of July, you're going to see very, very few grocery hauls because I have food in my pantry. I have food in my over pantry. I have food in my freezer. I have food in my refrigerator freezer, and we have a garden. I just went out and picked today, and there's a lot of food. I also have been canning all along, and I'm doing a canning session tomorrow. So you guys, I may can live with y'all tomorrow. I don't know, but you're going to be able to get some canning videos because I'm putting up salsa tomorrow, right? So I have that. So the Lord said, Shakema, if you're going to do a pantry challenge, you can half your grocery budget. So half of my grocery budget is $450. I said, okay, God, well, what do you want me to do with that $450? He said, well, you're going to take four $100 bills, and that's going to go in your $100 envelope. So that's going to go in my challenge envelope. I'm taking this money from my groceries. Shakema, you can't afford to take money from your groceries. Yes, I can, because I have storage. Now, I am not food insecure, so please don't think that. But I am just a very frugal shopper. I shop sales. I shop coupons. On sale with a coupon equals free or close to free. That's how my kids and I were able to make it when I only had $25 a week, right? So now that I'm doing a pantry challenge, I want to go ahead and use up some of the stuff that I haven't been able to use. So I'll try to film those videos ahead for y'all. Now, putting $400 into my account or into my envelope is going to give me 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, $1,000. So I had $600 already saved. Now I have $1,000, right? It's not 15,000, but it still saves me. Well, Shakema, what if you go over your budget at the grocery store? No can do, can't afford it. So what I am going to do is make sure that I only shop what's on sale. And then I'll show you something else that I got in the mail. And then that left me with $50. So $450 for the savings, which is my $50. So I'm going to look and see how much I have in that particular envelope, because that's this one. And y'all go get these envelopes at Conversation. Now, she's also on Instagram, but just remember to use my code Shakema for 10% off. So that gives me 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, 400, 450, $550. So that gives me $550 in 50s, $1,000 in 100s. And so now I have $1,550 just in these two envelopes. Don't forget, I also have my $100 envelope challenge that I'm doing as well. So that should give me $5,000. So that's how I'm doing that. That leaves me with 9 $50 bills, right? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, nope. Where did that money go? 6. They didn't have 50s at the bank. 7, 8. And then I had $20. I had money in this one. I didn't know I had money in that one. So that's going to give me enough for a 9th week, right? So that's the grocery money for the month, for the summer. $50 each week for 9 weeks. Well, Shakema, why'd you take that money out of your savings challenge? Because I had not planned on saving 20s this year. And I don't know how it got in there. I'm sure it got in there because I put it in there. But it's not my intention to save that. Now, I've got my grocery envelopes, 2, 3, because there are 5 weeks in July. So I'm going to stuff my envelopes, right? So there's 1, that's gas. 2, that's gas. 3, gas. 4, gas, and that's a 5th one. So each of these envelopes for the month of July are going to get $50. So $50 is going in there. Can't go over this month. There's no room for going over. $50, no room for going over. And the garden is producing very well. $50. Bubba, check the water. $50. And then my last one for the month, because there are 5 Wednesdays. I shop on Wednesdays, which is the day that the sales roll in my area. It's always on a Wednesday. My extra money, so 1, 2, 3, and money for August is going to go back in where you keep the money for the summer. Okay. I'm not worried about not having groceries. I have groceries and I'm going to use them. I think we have 10 whole chickens. If I made 1 whole chicken a week, that's enough chickens to get me at least 2 meals. And then 1 extra if I made 1 chicken a week. I have 10 whole chickens. I think I have 4 pork loins in there. I have 2 whole turkeys. I might have 3 turkeys. Jackson, do I have 2 turkeys? I have 2 whole turkeys that are more than 10 pounds. That I just have to do it for me for right now, because it is going over every time, and I'm not going to do it. Now, I still will get child support in the summer. Praise the Lord for my ex-husband who does the kids right. Well, Jackson, really. And I can use that if I needed to, but I got to focus on the savings. So all of my grocery monies are filled, and I've got my money for August. That's still here. Now, the thing that's going to help me, right? Before I said you shop on sale, right? I don't plan my menu before I go to the grocery store. I grocery shop, and then I plan menu around what I was able to purchase plus what I already have in the house. So we have a grocery store here, and this grocery store is called Lowe's Foods. Now, I do not typically shop at Lowe's Foods because they can tend to be a little bit expensive, even more expensive than Harris Teeter, which is like the bougie grocery store. But I shop there because I can use coupons. You can use coupons at Lowe's too. However, I've really been shopping at Food Lion because Food Lion has been the cheapest. We don't have Kroger. We do not have H-E-B. We don't have Save a Lot. We don't have Price Chopper. We have The Pig, Harris Teeter, Walmart, Aldi, Food Lion, Lowe's Foods, Publix. We don't have a Publix. We do not have Publix where I live. Okay, sorry. But Aldi is just as expensive now as the regular grocery store, so I very rarely go in there. And their produce does not look very good. The best produce I can get at current is Food Lion, because sometimes Walmart be looking a little shady. But our Lowe's Foods is going through a grand reopening. They did a lot of remodeling, and they're trying to get people to come and shop at their store. So they sent us out coupons, right? They sent us out some coupons. So in order for me to supplement my groceries, one of the things I am going to do is, if you look right here, this is valid in store and online, which I don't shop online. I don't want nobody touching my groceries. This coupon right here says $10 off of $50. So my grocery budget is $50. This will give me 10 off of 50, which will make it 40. So I can actually spend up to $60 and get $10 worth of groceries for free, right? Then I have another thing. So this coupon right here says get 30% off of any of the Smokehouse Deli items. So if my kids want something like ham or turkey, I get it sliced ultra thin, and I'll get 1 pound. So if 1 pound is $3.99 per pound, I'm going to get 46, 40, 80, $1.20 off. We don't have Winco. So $1.80 off of $3.99 is going to give me $2.19 per pound. So I can get a pound of meat for $2.19. Will that last us the whole week? Probably not if we eat sandwiches every day, but we get it uber thin, right? And we just use a couple slices on a sandwich and move forward. The other thing that they gave me, so okay, this was good. I actually have 2 10 off of 50s. So I have 2 of these, but I don't know how this happened. I actually got 2 of these in the mail. So now, and the dates go out. One is for the 2nd. One is for the 16th. Is it the 16th? Yep. Then one over here is for the 2nd and 16th. So I've got, I could shop early, get the sales, not shop every week. But my sister also gets these, and I'll ask her if she has hers if I need an extra one. The other thing on one of these, let me see. Oh, here it is. 50% off of any one rotisserie chicken at the Chicken Kitchen. So here now, I can use this one. So if I want to get a rotisserie chicken already cooked, I'm not even feeling like cooking right now. I'm not even in the mood. $10, 50% off takes that down to $5. It's the same as going to Sam's or Costco to get one of their rotisserie chickens. I think rotisserie chicken is like $8 and some change for the garlic butter chicken over at Walmart. So at least I'm getting half the price because of the coupons that I have. There was another one in here that was really good. So Jackson does soccer, and he may need some food, right? So this is 50% off of any made to order Sammy. So if I need to get him a foot long sandwich, I'm going to pay 50%. Then I'm going to split the sandwich in two. He'll take one day and one the next day, or half, and we'll supplement in with chips, or he can make his own potato chips because Jackson cooks. Or we have flour, or I can use the flour in the $10 off the 50, and then Jackson can make his own sandwich bread, or he can make artisan bread, which he really likes. What else did they have? Okay, they have $1 off of espresso or a smoothie. We really don't buy that. And then, but this was good because I'm a coffee drinker. So they have one in here, one free coffee. So say I just want a coffee, but I can't stop at a coffee shop this week because I'm low on funds. All I have to do is take it's 12, 16, or 20 ounce coffee. I can just go get a free coffee. That's one a week. And I have 2 of those. So I can get 2 of those. The other thing is any free breadstick, any one breadstick from breadcrumbs. So they have like a little deli thing. I can get a breadstick. I don't know what that looks like, how long it is, big it is, or whatever, but I can still use that. So if it's pretty decent size, I can chop that up, a little garlic butter. That can go with some noodles that I know we have. And I was in my garden this morning. I have these yellow tomatoes and I couldn't figure out what they were. They wouldn't turn red. They just kept going until they were yellow. But they're for sauce. So I was like, oh man, I didn't realize. And I've got 2 of those plants out there. And so come on, yellow tomatoes. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Jackson, will you bring me those 2 things of veggies in there? So I have 2 of those little circulars, which are going to help me at least for the first 2 weeks in July. Now, depending on how much business they're trying to gain, they may send some more out. Or after I have exhausted this, I always know my food line is going to have sales based on how I shop. And then so will Harris Teeter based on how I shop. The 2 baskets of of vegetables, the 2 baskets on the table, will you bring to me? And so I know that they're always going to have sales based on my shopping habits. When I shop at Harris Teeter, I get gas points. And again, oh, look at God. He wants me to be blessed. So I'm not driving to work. So my gas budget is not, you can take that, even as expensive as normal. So if I need to supplement groceries, I can actually take it from gas. At max, I could probably take $20 from each week if I do $50 a week. If I do $40 a week, I can take 10 a week. Now, again, let me just say this because I don't want nobody trying to come for me. I'm not broke. I can spend the money on groceries, but we have groceries. Does that make sense what I'm saying? I'm trying to clear some stuff out because we did not get a chance to clear everything out when we did the January food challenge or pantry challenge. So I'm trying to clear things out, move stuff in and out. It makes no sense to hoard up groceries that you're not using. I'm going to keep stocking stuff, but I'm going to keep moving stuff forward, right? I'm going to keep moving stuff forward and use up what's there. I don't eat a lot of pasta, but I can eat some every now and then. I can throw it in a soup. I can throw it in a casserole or something of that nature. If I cook a chicken, we got the legs, the wings, the thighs, the breasts, but mostly my kids don't like white meat. So I can take those breasts, chop them up, either make chicken salad, which they might eat. They don't love it. I love it. Or I can chop it up and put it into a casserole with a little bit of noodles, a casserole with potatoes. They're usually very cheap. a casserole with, anything that's going to stretch out the extra use of that meat. And then we'll take that carcass, we'll boil it down, and we'll make chicken stock, which I can can. Pressure canners at Walmart, $70. I got my eye. Pressure canning kind of makes me a little nervous. So I haven't bitten the bullet yet, but I do have my eye on it. But I wanted to show y'all these. So I picked these tomatoes out of my garden. These right here are called golden something. I can't remember right off the top of my head. But these are for sauce. Well, Shakema, you don't have a ton of them. I don't have a ton, but I don't need a ton. I can put all the ones I do have in my crock pot, right? I'll just boil the skins off, put all of these in a crock pot, boil them down, and now I can make a golden sauce, which can then go over pasta. And so I have a ton of these. I mean, I got enough. I got enough to make a small batch of sauce, right? Then I was in the garden this morning, right? This is just what I picked today. This is what I picked the other day, right? This is a big basket, big bowl full. This is what I picked today. This is another basket full. It's full. So I have peppers. I've got sweet banana peppers. I have a ton of cherry tomatoes, which I'm going to use to make salsa. And then if I shift everything around, I was out there this morning and y'all, I got green beans. I have green beans, right? So all of these, there's a ton of them in here. I also have jalapenos. So if I'm doing a batch of salsa, I've got jalapenos. These right here came from Viver. I can't remember the name of these. These are not bell peppers. There's another name. I can't remember. What else do I have in here? So I'm going to take out everything, blanch my beans. And actually, I saved 4 bags of beans the other week that I just went ahead and blanched. And then I vacuum sealed and threw them in the freezer. Same thing I'm planning to do with these green beans. Throw them in the freezer and we'll use them as we need them, as are necessary. Again, I picked off more of those yellow tomatoes. These are paste tomatoes for salsa. I was so upset because I didn't do Romas, but these actually, because I looked on the little tag, I kept it in the ground. These I can do sauce. And so tomorrow's going to be a big canning day for me around the house because that's how I relax, is I just do things I like. I like being in my kitchen. It's summertime, and I'm going to do some sauce. I'm going to do it in the crock pot. Cook it down, cook it real slow, and I'm going to see what I get. I'm going to jar it up, and we'll either use it immediately or I will can it. Okay, what else? So that is, and look at y'all, I wish y'all were here to see all of the tomatoes. I mean, there was just tomato after tomato after tomato. These cherry tomatoes are amazing. And so what I think I'm going to do is the pasta with the cream cheese. You put it in the oven. We'll of course wash all these off, remove all the tops. But these cherry tomatoes, you can leave the skins on. We don't have to de-skin these. And so what I will do then is I'll wash everything. I have garlic in the laundry room, which is right behind me. That is growing. That is drying. We use cream cheese. I don't like feta. We use just cream cheese. But I'm going to take the garlic and then we can go ahead and chop up that garlic because I didn't get a huge garlic harvest, but I got some. And so we'll use it. I may not have enough to store, but I have enough to use. And so what we'll do is after it's done drying, we'll go ahead and peel it down. We'll dice it up, put in a little bit of olive oil, and we'll go ahead and put them in freezer trays. And we'll have little garlic pucks. So learning how to preserve my own food, learning how to shop my own shelves in my own grocery store is going to be able to save me this summer when I am trying to bolster my savings versus eat it. Does that make sense what I'm saying? I don't have to eat the grocery money. I don't have to use grocery money at all if I didn't want to, but there are certain things, eggs, Milk, my kids like milk. I like coffee creamer. Those types of things that I can't grow. I don't have a cow and they won't let me get chickens. I mean, can I go to Tractor Supply, please? No, Mom, you don't need chickens. So those few things that I can't grow or I can't barter and trade. I have a neighbor down here. He has different tomatoes than I do. And then I have butter. Yeah, because Jackson bakes. So those types of things is what the $50 is going to be for. Like I said, the extra $10, I get Jackson his flour for his baking. I don't generally tend to eat any of that stuff because I know what it does to my body. So I stay away from it. I may take a little sliver, just the edge corner, because I don't even like the inside of bread. I can't eat that. So usually Jackson makes it if we have guests over. We're actually going to a picnic on Sunday. No, ma'am, I did not. I did not start my garden from seed. Just my beans. My beans are from seed. But the thing, oh Lord, I'm gonna try. I try. Yolanda, write me that in an email. Do a live on low budget starter kit for gardeners. That would be a good one. I would just somebody remind me. Rachel, somebody, y'all send it to me. But I don't have the setup for seed starting. I don't have grow lights. I just wasn't confident. The truth is I wasn't confident in my ability to start my own seeds. With that being said, my fall garden, I will try to start my own seeds because my greenhouse stays extremely hot. And then in my laundry room where I'm drying my garlic, I might be able to set up like a little grow light. I think they had some at Lowe's, or maybe I'll get a brand deal. So brand deal grow lights, y'all come on. And so I do plan to start seed for my fall garden. These I just started from plant starts, except the beans. The beans were just direct sow. Bubba, come take these. I'm done. So anyway, I just want to be able to be very upfront and honest. I was feeling a little bit some type of way about not having savings because I have been on so many trips. And I'm glad I was able to go on the trips, right? We paid in full. We paid in cash. I owe nobody. I do have a credit card, which I did use to book stuff, but I'd already saved the money ahead of time. So my trip for San Antonio, the money is there. I have that already. I am not. Thank you, Yolanda. I am not. I'm not booking the trip and then trying to figure out how I'm going to pay. I actually, from Girlfriend's Weekend, I just got the bill today and it immediately paid. It's already paid. Thank you for your payment. So that's how I do stuff. And I want to make sure that I'm not carrying any debt. It took me 14 years to get a credit card again, because I know what that's like and I'm not getting under that pressure. So I save ahead. I use the card because it's just easier. And you don't seem to get as many penalties if like when you use your debit card. And so I have seriously been considering paying my bills on it because I can get the points and that helps me with traveling. But I have not made that jump yet. I haven't made a leap over there. I still pay it the regular way, but I have been considering it so I can get the points because I already have the money ahead for my bills. And so if I just paid everything, then I could just pay it right off, and then I'm still gaining the points. But I have not made that jump yet. Okay. The other thing is I have a little bit of change. Save where you can save, right? I know quarters, pennies, nickels, all that makes dollars. And so I try not to keep much change in my wallet at all. It first of all weighs it down. But this is the change that I have been able to save over the last few days. And so I'm just going to throw it. I don't know how much is there, probably a couple dollars. I'm going to throw it in my change bucket. And then when I get it to a certain amount, I'll just take it over to the bank, use a little machine, and it'll be extra money that'll go into something. So my goal in 2024 is to save $15,000. That is my goal. Will I make it? I don't know, but I'm definitely going to give it a try. So is that the size tomatoes? I do not particularly like what are called your beefsteak tomatoes or your large slicers. I don't love those because of the texture. I can eat the small ones because they're not as big. I just have texture issues. But the bigger ones or the ones for paste tomatoes where I can make sauce, that's what they look like. It's like your standard Roma size tomato, those yellow ones are. But the bigger ones, like we have some Cherokee purples out there. I don't know what I'm going to do with those yet because I don't like slicers. And I usually will probably see if any of my neighbors want them because they're just not my favorite. I do like to grow things and I like to use the things I grow, but there are some. Right. Just try it a little bit at a time. My nerves get bad when I start thinking about credit cards, but I know that I have the money ahead of time. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not in such a crunch that I have to do that for, points. I just get them where I can. I'm traveling. I get the points. That way it's perfectly fine. But as I move along forward on the journey with having, this pre-empty nest and all that, things may change a little bit. So I just live that best life. Now I have a second set of beans. I did some succession planting, and I have some beans that are not doing very well. We're still in a season where we can plant beans. So one thing I must purchase is a shade cloth because my garden is 100% sun. And they are getting nice and toasted in this North Carolina heat because it's disrespectful. So I'm going to go to Harbor Freight because that's the cheapest place that I can think of to get a sunshade. I don't know where I'm going to put it. I may have to get more than one, but I got to save up for that. I can't just be out here spinning and carrying on. That's not how we do it around these parts. For now, we just keep watering, we keep fertilizing, we keep doing the things that keep the plants growing. I've been out there pruning the tomatoes and they are doing very well. I do have, most of my tomatoes are indeterminate. And then I have 2 determinate tomato plants. I got some seeds from the plant sale at one of my schools. I have 3 different schools that I travel to, and one of their annual fundraisers is a plant sale. And so I got some from there and from Lowe's, and then a neighbor or whatever. Somebody will give you a cutting here or there and you just make it work. Some of my seeds I got from the Dollar Tree. And actually one of my really good subscriber ladies actually sent me a whole box full of seeds. And so for next year, I'm going to give myself, especially with the flowers. I didn't do a lot of flowers this year, but I want pollinators. I have pollinators because my neighbor has these vining plants. And they love her plants, but they vine into my yard, but it brings the pollinators. So we kind of live a happy coexistence, whatever. But I'm going to give my hand a try at it. Do I think I can grow a year's worth of groceries? I have 0.33 acres of land. I probably could, but I don't have that time. I am a full-time work person. I go to work every single day. And then I have the ministry and other responsibilities. But I will grow as much as I am able to grow in the place that I have allocated for the garden. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Because I've already done 1 cash in. And so this will be a second one. Well, I get a few more coins in there and see how we go, right? But anywho, there it is, y'all. Kind of just where we are as far as the summer. I know you all thought I would be doing $100, but I cannot, in my opinion, for me, what works for my household, eat the savings when I have food, right? Does that make sense? I can't eat the savings when I have food, and I have food in the house. So with that being said, like I said, I still have child support. I still have some gas because I'm not driving. As far as sister, she drives her own car. She puts her own gas. So we don't share those expenses. Sister does not pay money to live here. She doesn't pay for my groceries. She is at the point now where she's starting to try to budget a little bit for her groceries so that when she moves out, she'll know all her little budgeting categories. but I still buy the bulk of the groceries in the house. And then we grow what we can. I only grow the things I can grow because I don't want to waste money. I always get squash vine borers, so I don't grow squash. I get cabbage moths, so I don't grow cabbage in the summertime. I grow it in the fall. No moths. Collards are in the fall. Broccoli, cauliflower in the fall. Lettuce, because I put out 12 Swiss chards, one came up. So lettuces, chards, all that in the fall. I can grow carrots. I can grow radishes, but we didn't have the best crop this year. And normally we do. So I think my soil is deficient in some areas. So once I get everything cleared out of the garden before I plant for fall, I'm going to do a total overhaul of the soil, all the nutrients, all the things to try to build it up because I need that soil to produce food for my family. Now, anybody got questions? Y'all put your little questions in the chat. If not, I just wanted to share that little bit with y'all because you're going to be like, well, Shakema, I thought you had $100 a week. I did, and I do. But I'm making an executive mom decision to not eat my savings, and I'm going to save. Hold the phone. I'm glad you said that. No, ma'am. We are going to meet. I'm coming back tonight. It may be at 9:15, depending on what time I get back from band. Just to go over the new book. We're going to be live on Sunday because it's 7 days. So we start on a Monday, which yesterday was the first day you should have started reading your book. And your 7th day will be Sunday. So we're going to come on a Sunday night at 9 instead of Saturday because that's just how the days roll. If that makes any sense. If you can't be live, catch the replay. It's all good. I'm just going to go live for those who are here. If you can't be, that is perfectly fine. No worries at all. Absolutely. I'm here to help people. And if me sharing my groceries and my budgets and what I'm doing, you will get a budget video this July. If me sharing that helps you, praise the Lord, right? You don't have to do it the way I do it. Do it the way you do it. That's what works in everybody's household. If you want to join the pantry challenge with me in July, feel free to do it. I'm just going to be cooking what we have over here. We're going to be creative, Jackson and I. Who's to say? I'm also trying to, as a way to gain a little bit more income, there is a little bit of a farmer's market situation that we may be able, it's not a farmer's market. It's more like they're having an event and they're looking for vendors. And so because we have our jams and jellies and stuff like that, I am hopeful that we can get a little vendor spot and it not be too very expensive. I did ask them to just send me the information. If it's too expensive to enter, we won't do it. But that may be something that Jackson and I can, hey, we give away a lot of our stuff, but perhaps we can sell some of it. We are food safe in our home and that type of thing. But we'll see. I don't have any answers on that. Oh, good. I'm glad your book came. So today is day number 2. You do need to go back, read your introduction. Day 1, they're not long at all, but there are some reflection questions. So you need to be able to go through and get your reflection questions. I got to go through and do all the teaching notes and stuff. That's myself. She ain't got no teaching notes. It's me. So I'm going to go in and do all of that. But we are going to kind of take a little bit of a windy road through this book, because all of what I'm telling you now and all of the things I do, I was doing before I read this book, but this book just helped me to do it on a deeper scale for being the Proverbs 31 woman. A lot of people say that's not a person, that's the church. I get it. And I understand no one person can do all of those things. Yes, we can. So I'm going to walk you through my binder later as well. I'm just using something I had around the house. I'm not going through no expense to buy anything. I had a notebook around here and I'm just using that. I've done this study twice. This might be my 3rd or 4th time. And I've used the same notebook every time. My email is, do you want my ministry email or my one mom email? Because they are different. The ministry email is firstloveministriesswilson@gmail.com. Let me see if I can find that. This is my ministry email. My one mom email is one mom, two girls, two boys, 8 in all at gmail.com. Those are all numbers. And then the book we're going to be studying is Donna Parto's Becoming the Woman God Wants Me to Be. I think I have it. My new copy is over there, but I have an old one. Let me see. Here's my notebook, Michelle. I think Michelle asked me. This is just one I had around the house, and I just was using it because I'm going to try to. Oh, I think Jackson might have moved it, but it's just called Becoming the Woman God Wants Me to Be by Donna Parto. So anyway, we'll go through how to set up your sections in here. I just had stuff laying around my house. I'm a teacher. I'm a planner person a little bit. And so I just had little, things to separate out. If you don't have any separators, just fold a piece of paper and make that your divider. So like I said, I've done this before. And I just used what I had. I had a little plastic thing where I keep all my cards in. These are my Proverbs 31 cards. I keep all of those in a little plastic thing. You can take a Ziploc bag. You can use that. You don't have to be fancy like Applebee's on a date night, okay? Don't go into expense trying to do this, right? It's just not necessary for you to do all of that. Do what you can do and do what you can afford. If you don't have the book, let me see. If you don't have the book, hold on, y'all. I'm seeing if I can find. If they have a PDF copy, because sometimes I can. Oh, okay. Let me see. All right. Now here's the thing. Who does not have this? Who does not have this book? You don't have the book. You can find it here. I typed in PDF version, Becoming the Woman God Wants Me to Be, and it pulled it right up. So if you don't have it, you can go here. Now, I don't know how many pages it has, but it can at least get you started, right? I have to go back through. So if you don't have the money for the book, or you don't have it, it's not here yet. You ordered it, but it's not here. Then you can go ahead, and it should have all the weeks. Looks like all the weeks are there. All the forms, all the things are here. So if you don't have it, I just sent you a link. You just have to click on the link or type in PDF version, Donna Parto, Becoming the Woman God Wants Me to Be. I'll share it with you. Let me share it on the screen just so you can see it. And nobody thinks I'm telling a fib. There's no fibbers around here. Okay, let me see. Why's my Doodinkle don't want me to be great right now? Oh, share the screen. Stop that. Stop it. Share your screen, Shakema. Alrighty, I will. Okay. All right. So here's what I see when I type in Becoming the Woman God Wants You to Be. And then so there's the book and then all of the chapters, right? So if you just click on it, you should be able to go to that particular chapter for that study or that week. And it's 7 days in a row. Okay. All right. Okay. Any other questions? Oh, very good. Thank you, Yolanda. Gotta have my people. You and me. I love it. Okay. All right, y'all. So there it is. That's what we doing. That's what we got going on. So again, I will be live. It didn't even dawn on me that I had forgot. Oh, nice. So one of the ladies said Amazon has a deal right now for the Kindle. It's free for the first 2-month Kindle Unlimited. So if that works for you, go with that. But I totally spaced last week. I was supposed to go live to help y'all through it, but I was so focused on Girlfriend's Getaway that it spaced me. I use a software called Restream, 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 and it allows you to connect all of your social media platforms. And when you get ready to go live, you just select the ones you want. Like I'm live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And so I just stream it from one platform, but all of those platforms are connected to that one software. It's a monthly subscription. I think I pay $19 a month. But for me, it's worth it. So I don't have to keep going back and forth and all the things. And I got a camera over here and one over here and one. I don't have time for all that. My life is not the way my life is set up. But they also have StreamYard. They have different ones. I like this one. It works for me. You can do so many things. I don't have time to learn all the things, but okay, live your best life. All right, y'all. I'm going to go. I got to get my reading done for the day, which I don't have. And I have church. Lord, I got church in an hour. Okay, gotta go. Okay, perfect. Love all y'all. Y'all stay blessed. Gotta go. See you later. 9 o'clock, 9:15, 9:15, something like